Hello, welcome to my Blue Dragon guide, and I'll be showing you a pretty quick and efficient way of killing blue dragons, and this would be the gear setup that I would suggest. Better than this would probably be Banos chestplate, but I don't have one, so fighter torso would probably be second best, and tassets as a leg slot. But as a alternative to these two, you could have either dragon as a downgrade or have even rune. I mean, it would just do fine, but you're just not going to get as you're going to get hit a lot more. And the better gear you have, the really better you'll do, and more kills you'll get per hour. And the Berserker helm for top, you could really replace it with a Nezi or any Barrows helm. Doesn't really make a difference. And Amulet of Fury could be downgraded to a Glory. Touching Cape, trimmed. I mean, any cape will do because you're not using prayer, so you're not needing any prayer bonus. Brackish Blade because it has good stab bonus and it's one-handed, and dragons are weak to stab, which is important to remember. So if you have a rapier or something that has a really good stab bonus, then definitely have that instead. But Dragonfire Shield or Anti-Dragon Shield is a must, but Dragonfire Shield is as better because it's just higher level and it heals you way more from their Dragon Breath. And Ring of Wealth just for added drops, but you're really making your most of your money from the bones and hides. And a Combat Bracelet, which is just gives you bonus stats. So that's the inventory I suggest, and now we're going to move over to the inventory. So if you're using a familiar, I'd say bring 10 or 12 food depending on how much you get hit. It's more like a formula you have to figure out, like if you know you're getting hit a lot, then you need to bring more food the next time. But if you're getting hit less, then you don't want to be dropping food, so just bring less or more depending on what level you are and what kind of gear you bring. So this is just what I bring, and I bring a combat potion for giving faster kills per hour, and I have to bring an agility potion because the agility shortcut I'm going to show you requires 70 agility, and I only have 67. But with the potion, it'll boost me up 3 levels, and I'll go right through it. So, also Falador Teletabs and any one-handed spec weapon, because if you have two, you're going to get destroyed by these dragons. It's just not fun. So, let's start out. I'm in Falador West Bank, and you just south of the bank, you just run, and there's a little crumbling wall here. You climb right over it, and you head northwest up this sort of like a diagonal past this mining thing, and you're going to have water on both sides of you up here, so you know you're going the right way. Some trees, and then you're going to get to this little dungeon symbol, and you just go right down the ladder. Oh, so there's a lag line here. I hate it. So you go down the ladder. Now you're down. This is the agility shortcut. If you don't have this, you're going to have to go all the way around, and that sucks, because you have to bring a key, too. And, okay, so agility potion. Take a dose. Use the pipe here. And this is also a place to kill blue dragons, but I do not recommend it. If you have 60 dungeoneering, then head over to this resource dungeon, and you won't have to compete with anyone, first of all, and you'll get much faster kills per hour. Because this is one of my favorite spots right here, but if it's taken, I could go to the right a little bit. But what I do is I just kill this dragon, and I switch to the one next to him. So I'm basically always killing a dragon or picking up a drop. And if you need a higher spawning world, like to get more kills, then you're just gonna have to find like if you just look in the lobby, you can see the more people per world, the more the faster that the spawn rate will be. So that's important to consider if you like having to wait for their spawn every time. But like if you're like me and just can switch between the two, then you'll be golden right here. So not really much to it, just attack them and make sure you don't take your shield off. DDS works as a spec weapon for me because it's one-handed and it's pretty well on dragons, I'm not gonna lie, but any one-handed spec would work just fine for you. Oh, take that charm. See, when I'm here, these dragons drop a lot of crimsons and green, and for my summoning, I'm not really collecting gold because, let's face it, gold's really not used for that much stuff. And green and crimson, worth it to take in my opinion, because if you get more than one, like I just got 2 gold green in a row, so they just stack on each other and it doesn't really lose you that much profit, and it also it's saving you lots of charms you're gonna have to be collecting later. So usually what I do is, because I kind of like to keep everything neat in my inventory, I wait until I have to eat 2 food at once, so that like the hide and the bones will stay next to each other like that. Like I'm gonna wait till I eat 2 instead of just like eating one when I need and then eating another, because then the bones and hides will be all over the place, and it just bothers me a little. So when your inventory gets full, you're gonna want to summon your familiar, and then put everything in your familiar, and then start filling your inventory again. So yeah, I'm just gonna keep killing these dragons and pick up bones and hides, because in my opinion, if you leave the hides on the ground, let's see how much you get per kill first of all. So if you pick up both bones and hides, you get 7,605 GP per kill. But if you take out the blue dragon hide, you're getting 4.4k per kill. And that's just like, why would you take away half your profit just to like take only bones? I mean, some people say like, oh, I'm using it for prayer, but like if you take the hides, you go and sell them in the GE, and you buy more bones with those hides. I mean, like, if you leave them on the ground, and some noob's gonna come and take them, or you're just gonna be wasted because no one's gonna take them. So it's worth taking because they're almost half your profit. And like banking takes like 30 seconds. I mean, people are like, oh, I have to bank so much more. It's not really a big deal. And so my inventory is getting a little full here, so just spec one more. Oh, and also if you're using a familiar, in the first room where we had to run through past the tunnel, there's a little summoning obelisk. So if you're low on points, then you're going to have to recharge them. See, gold charms, not worth taking in my opinion, so I always leave them on the ground. So I'm going to summon my Spirit Terror Bird, or War Tortoise, or whatever you're using, and we're going to fill him up. All of our stuff. So now he's full. So now what we're going to concentrate on is filling the rest of our inventory up. Okay, so we're going to see how much we made from this trip, and yeah, okay. So we're going to have to, okay, so let's mark down how many bones and eyes we had first. 97 hides, 56 bones. So we're going to deposit our summoning guy, and then we're going to deposit this, and then this, and we're going to have 13 hides. 13 and 13. Okay, so, well, we'll take out the herbs. I'm not really a fan of selling my herbs because, as you can see, I'm starting to collect them because I'm going to go for herb lore pretty soon. And I got a dwarf weed. Where are you? There we go. And so from what took about tops 10 minutes, I really don't think it did, but we made 111k. So if that took 10 minutes, and say that we made 100k, because say we didn't get these 2 herbs, so we made 100k about. That's 600k an hour, and you're training combat, and it's not just picking flax, and you're not just wasting. I mean, like, you're making money and you're training, so like, what's not to like? So that's my Blue Dragon guide, and there's tons of variations that you could make if you wanted, but ranging them I don't suggest, because as you can see, the Dragon Fire Shield gives a negative attack bonus to range. See, it went from 2 to -3, so it drops you 5. I mean, it's just like, no way. Because the Dragonfire Shield is better than the Anti-Dragon Shield. But if you use the Anti-Dragon Shield, you're going to have to use it with range. And the Dragonfire Shield is really, I would suggest, only for melee. So, that's my guide, and this is going to be my first YouTube video, so don't hate too much, and if you got any suggestions for other videos, or something I can do to improve my videos, drop it in the comment below, and thanks for watching. Bye.